King Charles has had a pretty important moment today with his eldest son. Yes, he's bestowed the role of Colonel-in-Chief of the Army Air Corps to Prince William. This in a huge showing of support for his eldest son.
Yes, the Prince of Wales has also succeeded King Charles as head of the regiment, as William continues to step up his public duties in the wake of his father's cancer diagnosis.
Well, joining us now is the former BBC royal correspondent, Michael Cole. And Michael, this is an important day, an important moment, but a lot of people are sort of not missing some subtle hints about the timing of all of this.
Indeed, Tom. Good afternoon, Emily, as well. Yes, indeed. I think Prince Harry will be feeling a certain disappointment, if not a personal slight, because this regiment, the Army Air Corps, was the regiment in which he served very gallantly in Afghanistan. He trained as a Apache helicopter, and we see one of them in the background there. The commander is the guy who sits in the front, the pilot behind him, and he's in charge. And of course, Harry did serve in Afghanistan. He infamously claimed in his memoir, Spare, that he shot 25 Taliban. He thinks he did, well, instantly painting a target on his own back for the rest of his life, unfortunately. But he will feel, with some reason, that this is what he's lost. His associations, his ranks, his patronages within the armed forces have been taken from him. And this is the life he's left behind. He's chosen to go into self-imposed exile in California, and he's lost all that. The Army Air Corps, interestingly, right over the head of where I am now, this is where Prince Harry trained for nearly a year at Wattisham in Suffolk, near Needham Market. And every day the helicopters in pairs were over this house here. So we used to give him a wave and wished him well in Afghanistan. All of that, unfortunately, is now behind him. And there you see in that picture the massive Gatling guns, or whatever they are, that were used to great effect in the Afghanistan operation. Of course, as you said, absolutely correctly, Prince William, is just succeeding his father. When he was Prince of Wales, he was also the Colonel-in-Chief of the regiment. The Army Air Corps is the part of the armed services that provides close support to the ground forces with their light blue berets, not to be confused with the United Nations and their blue helmets. So I think pause for thought for Harry as he goes back to California after his tour of Nigeria, of what he's left behind, because he said that he found himself and he found comradeship and he found his life, and I think he found his own existence very much within this regiment, of which he is not now associated.
Michael, there is a school of thought, though, isn't there, that Prince Harry is having a fantastic time. He's been in Nigeria, having a wonderful tour. Lots and lots of fantastic PR for the couple. He's been celebrating the anniversary of the Invictus Games. Is there not an argument that perhaps he is living his best life?
Well, all of that, of course, is right. But, of course, I think it's generally admitted that the star of the show was Meghan. He was almost like John F. Kennedy, who said of his wife when they went to France, he said, "I'm the man who accompanied Jacqueline Kennedy to Paris." And when I saw the scenes from Nigeria, I couldn't help thinking of the 1947 Eva Peron tour of Europe, known as the Rainbow Tour, when she wowed everybody and the flashbulbs were going. The Pope, even Pope Pius XII, received her at the Vatican. King George VI in Britain declined to have Evita coming to visit us in 1947. Princess Elizabeth was just about to get married, and Princess Margaret Rose was only 16 at the time. So that progress through Nigeria has been a success for the Sussexes, without any doubt. Of course, it wasn't a royal tour. It wasn't an official visit. It wasn't a state visit. It was a private visit by two royal personages. And that, of course, Emily, is the magic of monarchy, because Nigeria has been independent since 1960. It's been a republic since 1963. And yet the connection with the crown and through the Crown and the Commonwealth with the King and the royal family, still sprinkles a little bit of stardust on the most populous country in Africa. Usually it's in the news because of the soaring crime rate and the terrible rate of murders that there is in Lagos, which vies with Johannesburg for the unwelcome distinction of being the murder capital of Africa. But all of that was forgotten as we saw the pair, and there they were in all their loveliness, in Nigeria. So yes, they're enjoying it, and maybe they're enjoying the boost of having their royal status celebrated in the way it was.
Yes, absolutely. And what an interesting time as well. Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, one of, I think, the fifth or sixth most populous country in the world. More people living in Nigeria than in Brazil, just about as many as in America. I mean, a really enormous country, a very important one too. Michael Cole, thank you so much for talking through those two issues there, but interconnected issues.